What's up? It's your boy Tunnel Vision back for another one. Post fight. Earl Spence versus Sean Porter. I want to talk about what their future, what's going to happen in their future now that this bout is done, and what might be next for both of them. I mean, as far as Sean Porter's concerned, Sean Porter's had a real good career, man. He's made a lot of money. One of the positive things about being signed to Al Heyman. He's done very well for himself. And even though he's taken losses in his career, he's come back to make record paydays. The Kell Brook loss didn't affect him like that. The Keith Thurman loss didn't affect him. Then obviously he was able to beat Danny Garcia. And him losing to Earl Spence is not going to do anything, negative to his career. He hasn't lost anything. That's one of the positive things about being signed to Al Heyman. Sean Porter, type of fighter he is, the type of style that he has, if he was signed to anybody else, he's a fighter that would be on undercards making $50,000, $100,000, $150,000 a fight, maybe $200,000. That's where basically they would keep him. That's it. That's where he would be at. But due to the fact that he is signed to Al Heyman, due to the fact that he's part of a promotional company that supports him, help him grow, he's in a space where he has a solid fan base, and the ones that had left him due to the fact that it looked like he was scared of Earl Spence and he was afraid of Earl Spence and didn't want to fight Earl Spence. The performance that he had last night, he gained all those fans back. So, he's going to come back. I don't know who he's going to face. Probably, I don't know, it might end up fighting like a lesser opponent, maybe. Or sometimes things are weird, like where you just end up kind of going into a big fight. Sometimes. It all kind of depends. But regardless, he's coming out making 7 figures. He made a substantial amount of money last night. I'm sure he took home at the end of the day when you get the pay-per-view, you get the gate, the concessions, all of that, the TV rights, his portion of all the sponsorships, the money he gets from that, he's going to pull in 5 to 10 million. Probably 5 to 8 million, probably. Something like that. But he's going to make a good amount of money off that fight. And he'll come back and make good money as well, whether it be him headlining a show or whether it be him being on the undercard. He's going to make 7 figures. So he'll be fine. For somebody like him, I say take a little time off, relax. He took a lot of body shots, a lot of body shots. I don't think either fighter should even fight again until next year. When you go into a brutal battle like that, you need to take time. You need to heal your body. Don't get out of shape, but take time, heal your body, put the right nutrition into your body, and let your body heal. And so, I think that's what he should do, and I think he's good. As far as Earl Spence is concerned, I got a little hyped yesterday. Danny Garcia hopped into the ring, and I was all hyped up. Lady talking about, oh yeah, it's you two, people wondering who's fighting next, and it's you two guys are the ones that are fighting next. Now that after hearing talks further and hearing what Earl Spence was talking about after the fight, I guess that's not the case. That's not necessarily the case. Is it a possibility for them two to fight? Absolutely. I think he's still hoping. I think he knows that he's going to get Manny Pacquiao, I think, later on this year. But I just think he understands he's not going to get Manny Pacquiao next. So I think that he's thinking, let's try to get the Terence Crawford fight. Because that's what he said. He said, I want to get the Manny Pacquiao fight. If I can't get the Manny Pacquiao fight, then I want to get that Terence Crawford fight. But he's also realistic about the fact of who Bob Arums is, how he operates, and if the business ain't right with that, he's not going to do it. He's going to move on to the next fight. So if those two things don't work out, the fact that Danny Garcia does want to fight him, I definitely could see that fight happening next. Danny Garcia has a huge fan base. Danny Garcia has done record numbers when it comes to the gate. As far as like at the Barclays, not like overall like Floyd Mayweather, no, not like that, but he's done big numbers like with him and Keith Thurman. He did big numbers at like the Barclays. Record amount of people at the Barclays for a boxing event. Things, those type of records, not like overall. Money wise, or anything like that. So due to that, I see it. I could see that fight happening. I could see those two fighting each other probably early next year, first quarter, and having another pay-per-view that does 300, 400,000 pay-per-views. Because of the performance, I think the other fighters are probably singing like, oh, okay, I think that I can have a chance against Earl Spence. I might not die when I fight Earl Spence. So I think they're kind of on that level right now. And they're also seeing how big the events are and how much money is being made in his fights. So absolutely, Danny's looking at like, hey, I'll be able to make my $8 million. Because Danny, even with the Terrence Crawford, like, oh, Danny's scared to fight Terrence Crawford. You pay Danny $8 to $10 million, he'll fight Terrence Crawford in a heartbeat. But to fight those type of fighters, that's his price, like 8 to 10. Keith, Sean Porter. Sean Porter fought Earl Spence this weekend because of how much money he was getting paid for this weekend. Not that disclosed, fighter purse, but actually what he's getting paid. That's why he did that. In a big event, I think they probably had around 20,000 people in the arena, and it was epic. And he clearly wants to be part of that. I believe it'll be a little bit different fight if he fights Earl Spence. But I still do believe that Earl Spence needs to get that strength and conditioning coach on point. He might be a little too slow for Earl Spence, but he's quirky. He has weird shots. Earl Spence kind of just goes kind of forward back, and he can't get caught with stuff. So Danny having that weird hook, man, he catches anybody with that hook, he could put you out. So, but right now, everybody seeing that performance, man, Earl Spence is a hot commodity. So those are the three things I see possibly happening. Maybe Manny Pacquiao seeing that fight and saying, you know what, I think I got a chance against that guy. After seeing that performance, saying, you know what, I think that's a fight I can do, and I want to do that next. Because that fight against Earl Spence and Manny Pacquiao, I actually think that would be a tough fight due to the fact that Manny Pacquiao also is a southpaw. The movement that Manny Pacquiao has, and also, I want to go buy a cupcake. Shit. Yeah, fuck it. The movement that, Manny Pacquiao has, and just the experience. When it comes to being on that level, he just has way more experience than Earl Spence. And I think a fight between those two, that'll make a big difference. So, Manny Pacquiao has a chance in that fight. That's probably a 50-50 fight. Or 65, 55-45, something like that. I would give Earl Spence the edge. Literally, I would give Earl Spence the edge because of youth and his ability to take a punch if he gets hit with a punch, and his ability to stay on you. He'll stay on you. His energy level, him being able to continuously apply pressure, and just looking at kind of Manny Pacquiao in his last fight, how he kind of got tired, gassed out a little bit at the end. I would give Earl Spence the edge because of that, but it's basically almost a 50-50 fight. I would give Earl Spence the edge because of youth. That's it. So him, or Danny, or Terrence Crawford. I don't think the Terrence Crawford fight's going to happen. Like I said before, I said as soon as they approach them and they try to make the fight happen, Bob Arum's going to, put out his BS. Then they're going to say something like, oh, it has to be a 50-50, or we're not going to do it, or it has to be on ESPN, or it has to be a joint, whatever. Business-wise, they're going to put him into a space where like, nah, get the fuck out of here. And I don't think Earl Spence is going to be in a situation where he's going to be sitting there for weeks upon weeks upon weeks trying to make that fight. They come out there talking crazy. He's just going to say, nah, I'm good. I'm going to move on because he has options. He has a lot of options, especially something like a Danny Garcia that can be done very, very easy, and it can be done in-house, and where he can make $8 to $10 million. All I'm going to say is that Terrence Crawford deal that he got from ESPN that seemed like it was so good, it doesn't seem so impressive anymore. That deal doesn't seem impressive anymore. Earl Spence basically made that whole contract already in his last 2-3 fights. Brady made that whole contract. Made it probably hold a contract in like 2 fights. That Terrence Crawford had. 1-2 fights, he made that whole contract money up. Bet on himself. They say all money isn't good money, and sometimes it's better to bet on yourself. You know? And that's what Earl Spence did. And he's reaping all the benefits. He literally got more promotion for this fight on ESPN than Terrence Crawford does for his fights. They were everywhere. This fight was promoted everywhere. We'll see what the pay-per-view numbers are. You know, we'll see what they say. But, you know, it was an epic fight. This is one of those fights that 10 years from now you can watch. You can be like, yo, you need to watch that fight, homie. You want to see a big-time fight? You watch that fight. Incredible fight, man. I was hyped up. And it was a pay-per-view that you say was worth every single penny. Manny Pacquiao versus Keith Thurman was a pay-per-view that you say it was worth every single penny. So, ironically, they're talking about, oh, pay-per-view's dead, pay-per-view's dead. Yeah, we're getting these pay-per-views right now. Well, on the PVC side, where you're like, yo, you walk out of there saying, you know what? Worth every mother effing penny. You know? And Luis Ortiz versus Deontay Wilder coming up. And that might end up being another barn burner. But we shall see. Like, subscribe, share. I'm out.